Die Europäische Zentralbank legte den Referanten.
This is the Opie and Anthony channel.
And now, a show the likes of which America's never seen. So appalling, so offensive, yet so entertaining.
It's not your normal show.
Beamed from satellites in space down to you every single day.
What planet are we living on?
It's the Opie and Anthony show with Opie.
We're experts, and we already know this is going to be great radio, so shut the fuck up.
And Anthony.
I live in a big house, I make a lot of money, and I fuck attractive girls.
And little Jimmy.
I don't even like in our opening. It sounds like a little...
You dang over there, don't listen to dang over there.
Stop with that shit.
And now, here they are. Why am I introducing these buffoons? I'm William Shatner, goddammit.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Morning, everyone.
Oh, hi. Hi there.
Water. Water tastes good. It's good to be home. You know, when you leave New York City, there's no vegetables. People don't eat vegetables, I've noticed.
Really?
They just don't.
Meat and potatoes? Well,
Meat and potatoes, Sunday sauce. Just a lot of meat products.
a lot of meat.
A lot of meat, a lot of beer, a lot of wine.
Wine.
I was on Brother Weezy's show yesterday. I have to ask you this. I've been thinking about it. You drink wine, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, I don't know if this is a Brother Weeze thing, a Rochester thing, or a drinking thing. But he says there's a new trend where people put shots of tequila in their wine. Have you heard of this, sir?
That must be a trend for the northern New York people. Because,
okay.
He's
telling me this and looking at me like I'm crazy for not knowing this. I'm like, I've never heard of people putting shots of tequila in their wine, but supposedly it's taken off in some kind of trendy thing.
Yeah,
you get the really nice, tequila.
Yeah, I can't say that I've heard that.
Okay.
At all.
All right.
Not even as a passing fancy.
Okay, good. All right. You've never seen or heard of it?
Can say never.
Okay, good. All right.
Sounds like it would taste awful.
Absolutely. Wine itself will do, some damage and give you a nice hangover.
And I enjoy a good bottle of wine these days. If I'm drinking wine, it's got to be a pretty good bottle.
Right.
The thought of pouring tequila into it,
just a shot.
No.
And it's got to be the good stuff.
It doesn't matter, a shot or waving the bottle over the top of the glass. It's like tequila and wine just...
The combo sounds horrendous.
It sounds like it would taste like it tastes when it's coming up.
Yeah.
Like if you were drinking wine and tequila all night and vomited.
Yeah.
That taste in your mouth. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. Because I don't want that one taken off because I do like a good glass of wine every once in a while.
I don't think it's going to.
All right, now I got to fucking write him and say he's full of shit.
Yeah, maybe it's spreading southward.
Slowly but surely.
Is it some fucking Canadian thing that crossed over the border
I don't know.
Like a plague?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I want to thank United for getting me fucking home, though. Jesus Christ. I guess that wind shit was pretty bad, huh?
Yeah, it was a little windy.
Oh, you probably had a smaller plane from Rochester.
No, well, what? The tornadoes in the Midwest.
Oh, well.
And then the wind was bad in Buffalo and Rochester, but no tornadoes. And then my plane, I was on Delta, had maintenance problems all day long. And then I finally said, there's no way this plane is flying. And went over to the United desk, and they completely hooked me up.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That never happens.
No. Oh, God, no.
Once you're fucked at the airport, you're fucked.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
It's like you get lucky sometimes.
Right. I just heard a little announcement from the United because it's such a tiny airport. Every carrier is right next to each other. And I hear, we still got seats available for United leaving in 15 minutes for Newark. I'm like, what?
They must have known Delta had a problem.
Right.
So they probably, they were probably saying that for any Delta people who are fucked.
So I run over there and go,
him.
Yeah, I run over there and go, how much is the ticket? She goes, I don't know, about $350, $360. I'm like, all right, I'll get back to you, because then I run over to Delta to see if they could do a little something for me.
The old switcheroo.
And then he gives me a number to call, so maybe I could get my money back on the ticket I had. I'm like, oh, Jesus, I'll just eat this ticket. So then I go back and I go, all right, I'll take a ticket to Newark. And the guy goes, that'll be $660.
Oh, nice.
It's a 40-minute flight.
$660.
That'll be $660. And I'm thinking, they know with this wind shit, you know, and maintenance problems and all that people are going to be desperate at any moment. So I think they went for the hikeroo.
I just said, I'll have 2 tickets to Pittsburgh. Chip likes it.
And then something really strange happened.
Oh.
Someone behind the counter actually helped me.
Whoa.
Because you don't get help anymore.
Wow.
They actually helped me. I go, all right, I'll take the ticket because I got to get home, and I'm going to eat this Delta ticket. And he goes, well, they should have just transferred you to our airline. I'm like, well, they didn't. And then I look over to the Delta counter, and there's no one there because that guy's hiding.
Oh, yeah.
Because everyone's in a tizzy.
They go away.
Because it looks like a lot of those people were there for hours instead of checking their flight to see where they're at.
Uh-huh.
I'm all about checking that flight, because if they fucking delay it, then you don't have to go to that airport and sit there forever.
It's all about the apps now. You just fucking log on. You could check your flight time and everything.
Did you check on an app?
Yeah, my app is called Club Soda Kenny. It's an amazing app that everyone should have.
I like the apps. They're pretty accurate, man.
Yeah.
You get a good one. I like getting the ones you got to pay for, you know, because then I feel like they're a little more accurate.
Right.
More accurate than the Club Soda Kenny app? Are you kidding me?
The Club Soda Kenny is the best app ever.
It's amazing, and it comes in a text message. It's beautiful.
Yeah, but then you try to delete it, and it won't get off the phone.
Yeah. and I don't know if a moronic ostrich is available for the iPhone yet.
Right.
So
then this guy, I go, we both look toward the Delta counter, and the guy's gone. You know, he's just making believe he has things to do, because they were, like I said, they were in a bit of a tizzy.
He hunkered down somewhere
and leaning toward an uproar over there.
Yeah.
And I don't think any of those other people heard the announcement, because I mean, New York airports, they're all right here. So unless they have, connecting flights, but I don't know. So then he goes, oh, well, let me try to make a phone call. He makes a phone call. Long story short, he gets it done for me.
Nice.
He saved me $660, because it would have been the $660 plus the $240, whatever the original flight was.
Righteous.
For 40 minutes in the air.
Yeah.
$660 from Rochester.
Right. And then I went illegal from Newark to Manhattan. I went illegal.
What, one of the clowns?
Yeah, but the guy goes, I got a limo. It'll be less than a taxi. I go, all right, because I was in a cab line. There was about 100 of us. No exaggeration, not pumping it up. And it was rush hour, so the taxis were just trickling in, 1 or 2 every once in a while.
Oh, man.
And I started doing the math. I'm going to be on this line at least an hour.
Yeah.
So all the shady guy, remember the shady guys from the old days we used to talk about? Where they're on the posters.
You need a ride.
But they dress like the posters. Why would you dress like the posters if the warning's out?
I guess so you know that they're them.
Oh, you think that's...
Yeah. It's like, that's a shady cab guy.
But he knows what he's doing, because he was right near a stairwell, and I was right next to the stairwell on the curb.
Hey.
He comes up, he goes, and he just kind of walks down the line. Anyone need a ride to Manhattan? I go, I fucking do. I don't give a fuck if you're a serial killer. I'm going to take the chance.
What airline? Oh, Newark.
From Newark to Manhattan. And then he oversells it. He says, I got a limo, and I'm like, I don't
Okay, dude, I'm taking it. Don't worry.
But, I got in his really shitty minivan-ish car.
Limo.
But he got me to the city, man. He knows all the fucking tricks.
Yeah?
How much?
Was he making moves?
75 plus tip. I ended up throwing him 100. I'm like, dude, thank you so much. He made amazing moves.
Yeah, good moves.
He's like, when you're in the tunnel, first of all, never take the left lane. You got to go right lane constantly. And then as we're going on the helix, but we cut down, the shortcut?
Underneath.
Underneath?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Do you know the one-way right turn trick yet?
No.
There's a one-way.
He took that?
He goes, I don't need to today because it's clear. Even though the helix was this is way too fucking inside for everybody. I'm sorry.
It's when you wrap under the helix and you're coming, you're kind of coming up on a little tight oval.
Yeah.
And instead of taking the oval, you make that little first right and then you jump in.
But it's a one way. You got to go against the one way, but it's a one way for like 20 feet.
Florida,
That's
you got a
it.
ticket there.
Yeah, but he explained where all the cops are.
I got a speeding ticket coming up into there once.
Really?
Yeah, fuckers.
Yeah, those guys will watch that.
But he goes, here's your first move. Like, he taught me all sorts of shit.
Here's your first move.
He goes, the cops, usually, if they're going to get you there, they are right there, but sometimes they go across the street because they know some of these, these people take it. But if you take that sharp right on a one-way, you're right at the toll booths.
Oh, man.
But he goes, I don't have to do that today because it was clear sailing, even though the helix was completely backed up because most people don't understand the undercut.
Go under.
They don't understand that move. And then he goes, okay, now Lincoln Tunnel, never left lane because the buses back up in the left lane, especially during rush hour. So sure enough, we're in the right lane just flying as the left lane is at a standstill.
Yeah.
And then he told me a few other tricks that'll probably bore the fuck out of the people. But he goes, and I was thinking about you because he goes, and sometimes, sometimes you just got to use a curb.
Well, you do.
And the sidewalk.
You know what happens when you pop out of the... Yeah, I know it's local, but when you pop out of the tunnel in Manhattan, you can't take the normal way where everybody else goes.
The left?
You're going to be in... Yeah.
Right.
You got to pop a right, and sometimes you got to go over the median.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're done. It's beautiful.
Right. Oh, God.
Smooth sailing.
This guy was amazing. He was awesome.
Yeah.
And that's how he makes his living. He does the illegals.
Yeah.
I support, but I support until there's a
Mars is beeping.
I support until there's a really long fucking line and no cabs coming.
Yeah.
Then you got to do what you got to do.
Then you gotta, now you gotta make some moves.
So anyway, Rob Ford is in the news again. Greatest guy ever.
Well, this guy, wow, it's almost like he's doing it on purpose.
There's no one better than Rob Ford.
Yeah,
he's hilarious.
It's almost like he's doing it on purpose.
His mouth should be called a gold factory.
It's beautiful.
I guess they stripped him of all his duties now, huh?
Duty.
He's got a few duties he still has, right?
What was the vote? How they went around it and got something.
Oh, yeah, they just stripped him of all his power.
They knocked his
mayor.
budget down 60%, I know that.
So what is he going to do with the other 40%? That's what I'm thinking.
Crack.
He might do some crazy shit with that 40%.
Oh, yeah.
36-5.
36-5. Well, his brother voted for him.
Yeah.
his brother.
He probably voted for himself.
Right. And okay. So that's two. So who are the other three?
Cool people.
Exactly. The only cool people in the whole place. Why wouldn't you want to keep them?
Not the woman he knocked down. I bet she didn't vote for him.
That was so...
I know. They made it sound like
blown
he's,
out of proportion.
Charging at her.
Yeah, I read, when I first saw that story, it was Rob Ford barrels over city council members.
I saw it on Twitter, and I'm like, okay, now I got to see the video. And he obviously... He's saying that his brother was in some kind of confrontation somewhere else, so he ran all the way around to maybe help out his brother and bumped into this old broad, but he didn't, A, do it on purpose, and B, he realized immediately what was going on and kind of held her from completely falling.
He was kind of laughing. She was even smiling, and he was kind of like, all right, you move this way, I'll go this way.
Right.
He's kind of rotund. It's hard to get around people when you're that big.
I laughed out loud watching that alone, that video. So I saw the link, and I'm just like, what a big fat klutz.
He's a clod.
Plotting into people.
Yeah,
he's a bull in a china shop.
Oh, he's a mess, dude.
He's not dainty whatsoever.
No.
Yeah, so we've got some angry
and he's off.
going on. Mara's meeting was
But she's right away going, it's okay, it's okay. You can see she's patting his chest like, I know that was a mistake.
He ran at her and grabbed her.
No, he didn't run at her and grab her. No, he didn't.
Fucking...
Believe me, there's enough gold with this guy. You don't got to make shit up or exaggerate stuff.
He didn't run.
He was running beyond her, and
he grabbed her to make sure she didn't fall down.
Yeah.
He's trying to get around her.
Now he's holding her up because he realized he knocked into her, and he's looking beyond her.
But saying sorry to her, and she patted him on the chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Tori.
Just grabbed her. What a dummy.
Yeah, they're just dishonest. The news is just dishonest. That's not what happened. He's a big fat guy, and he ran into her. That's what stopped him his progress because he realized he ran into a lady and he went back.
Right. He grabbed her because she was falling down.
Yeah, he stopped. And she had the hairdo like Frank Vincent, like the fucking old lady who got beat up.
Frank Vincent.
Yeah. Oh, that's classic. And then he was doing a little Kuwait comparison.
He's brilliant.
Yeah. Mediate.
It's 2 minutes, so we can...
2 minutes Rob Ford is not long enough.
The crack smoking mayor, it says.
The opposition, I want people to listen to me tonight from 8 to 9 on Sun News.
He's plugging.
They're all laughing.
He's killing.
You will get my side of the story. Okay? Unfiltered. This, folks, reminds me of when I was watching with my brother when Saddam attacked Kuwait. And President Bush said, I warn you, I warn you, I warn you, do not. Well, folks, if you think American-style politics is nasty, you guys have just attacked Kuwait. And you will never...
Size-wise, he's not wrong.
You will never see something that you have... Mark my words, friends. This is going to be outright war in the next election. And I'm going to do everything in my power...
Hey, Mayor Ford, your time's up.
Everything in my power to beat you guys.
Thank you, Mayor Ford.
What you're doing to me is kicking me out of my office.
It turned his mic off.
Worst thing that you can do, I was elected by the people.
Mayor Ford.
You're absolutely right on that. Because every one of you guys have sinned.
Mayor Ford, your time's up.
And it is absolutely the worst thing you can do for democracy.
Thank you.
In the city of Toronto.
Thank you.
What goes around, comes around, friends. Remember what I'm saying.
Now, they stripped him of most of his powers, but why? Because they say they can't take him out of office unless there's a criminal complaint.
By the way, where's that hour of Rob Ford? Where's that hour on Sun News?
Yeah, really.
Oh, we're cutting it up right now. Yeah, we're going to have some Rob Ford clips from his TV show, hopefully in the next half hour or so. But why are they allowed to strip him of his powers if he wasn't...
It's probably a technicality. They
found some way to...
They voted on something that they probably never would have considered.
Right.
Because they can't remove him, but they can probably do this, this, and this, which blocks his path everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Right. They look through so many legal books and stuff.
But there's no criminal complaint.
Yeah.
Right, so that's why they probably can't just boot him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, here he'd be out. I think here the press is a lot worse here, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would eat him alive.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing a number on him in the American news anyway.
You wonder if he came out and said, look, I need... It may be too far now, but if he came out and said, I need help, or if he tried to get a rehab help or do something, would that stop the process, or would that just sink?
Well, he's saying he's getting help.
Tough, but it's so obvious he's not.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm going to stop drinking. Yeah, sure.
I mean, obviously, I think it's tough for him to keep his job, but I'm wondering how they're allowed to do that. What if you're a candidate and you do have like a past like him? Let's say he wasn't the mayor yet when all this went down, but the people elected him anyway. Like, how does that work out? How does that work in Canada?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's in the past, people, but it's when he was mayor and that videotape just killed him.
It's brutal. Fucking brutal.
And then he's just running into a fat lady now. It's like, no.
Oh, yeah.
I won't eat your pussy. I've got enough. He's done nothing to make his case any better.
Every time he speaks, it's worse.
Every day, it's a new one.
Yeah, yeah.
Every freaking day.
That's fucking great.
Absolutely.
He's a wonderful man. I love him.
Yeah, he's so entertaining.
Big fatso.
How was his interview on, who had him last night, CNN? I had to sit down with him.
Yeah, he loves it. He loves it. And then he was at one of the games, one of the...
Oh, right. They told him to stay away, too.
Yeah, no, he's not staying away.
And he's in the stands. He's got a jersey on. He's hooping and hollering.
Rooting on his team.
Taking pictures with people, signing things.
You see the lady from the other team with the sign that said, "Our mayor is better," or something like that?
Really?
Right in his face.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that was fun.
He does love the attention. Does he love the attention?
I just don't know the CFL. What is it? The Argonauts?
Yeah. Oh, boy.
I know there's a Stampede.
The Argonauts.
I don't know. That's about all I know up there.
Gophers.
You've attacked Kuwait.
Yeah.
Right.
What? Nice analogy.
Oh, he's so great.
Yeah.
There it is. Our mayor is better than your mayor. Right in front of Rob
She's right
Ford.
there.
It was against the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
The Hamilton Tiger Cats. Never heard of them before. We should know this shit. We're broadcasting to Canada these days.
Yeah.
Or parts of it. I don't know. How far into Canada do we get?
Toronto, Montreal.
That's about it?
Yeah.
You don't think we're way in the boonies?
Well, like Calgary.
Yeah.
There.
Canada almost
the Yukon.
Kind of almost looks like the United States after like an ice age.
Yeah, that's an ice age version of the U.S.
It's so weird. It almost looks like us.
It's just kind of as much as far across.
Right.
Just doesn't have those pesky southern states, it looks like.
And then
looks like the U.S. with all the southern states taken out of it. Like it's got that big area where the Great Lakes would be.
Right. Yeah.
And then California is just a lot.
They have their own like
shorter
weird Great Lakes area.
Yeah. Over there, they got the Northeast, they got the wacky West.
That looks like California right there.
Yeah, just a little fatter and shorter.
It's just squished from an ice age.
Yeah.
Sure.
And like they cut off the bottom of like Texas and Florida and Arkansas and Louisiana. All that shit is gone.
Yeah, you got to slice that shit.
Yeah, they cut that shit off.
Because maybe an earthquake or something.
Well, I think the glaciers just pulled it and ripped it away. Yeah.
Right.
That's funny. Canada does it.
I always thought that. Like, it's kind of similar. Did you guys, speaking of football, did you see the video of the guy in Buffalo?
Oh, the guy that fell off
riding the rail?
Yeah. What a dummy.
What a crazy fucking thing to do.
That's a drunken thing to do. He's trying to fucking ride the, like how you slide down a stairway banister.
Well,
He's riding the fucking whole mezzanine section banister down.
I forgot until I saw that video. I went to a lot of Buffalo Bills games when I was living in Western New York because when the weather got cold, management didn't want the tickets anymore. So us poor people said, fuck that. I don't give a fuck. It's like single digits. We'll go to the games. And I forgot, but that stadium was set up in a way where people would do that all the time. But I've never seen anyone on the outside do it. Mm-hmm. Just usually in the middle of the stadium, you would slide all the way down.
Yeah, not on an end where you could fall off.
No, man, that's just crazy.
That's pretty stupid.
It's on Deadspin if you haven't seen it. I'm sure most people have. This is a day old, which is an eternity in this world.
Oh, well, people don't realize that. A week later, they send me fucking links to shit. I'm like, are you serious?
Oh.
Anthony, you gotta do this.
Well, it's creepy. You see it in the background.
Oh, there he is.
They're doing a setup shot.
And then he just tumbles down.
And then he fell on some guy's head.
And he's dead?
No. That guy is completely fine because he was wasted. Because, you know, when your body's...
Yeah.
When you're all fucked up, you're very relaxed. So I think it prevents you from getting some serious injuries.
Who thinks that's a good idea?
Well, he was sliding down the rail.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
I like I said, I remember that people used to do that all the time, all over the stadium, but I've never seen it on an outside rail on the upper decks.
Yeah, he wound up falling on somebody.
Yeah, that guy is more injured.
He held on for literally 1 second.
Oh, right. Yeah. That is crazy. But then he did a complete flip. He's lucky he didn't break his neck or fucking die.
Yep. What a dumb fuck.
One Mississippi.
You asshole.
Wow.
I don't even think the broadcast picked it up right away.
No.
It was just an
background,
an establishing shot after a commercial.
Yeah. Dummy. Fucking drunks at the stadium.
Yeah. Patriots lost last night. Sure did. They had one shot at it at the end there, and Brady threw the interception.
Controversial. Yeah, was there a flag on the play? And then they said,
Gronkowski wasn't going to catch that ball, though.
Uncatchable.
It was uncatchable, right?
That's what they said.
I guess Brady went up and fucking called him an asshole or something.
The what? The
yeah.
Yeah. Well, you gotta.
Well, you got it with that point.
Of course, you gotta.
Drop the old F.
Oh, I didn't hear this.
Fag. Oh.
They did throw the flag, though.
Yeah.
The game is over.
Oh, boy.
Oh, they shut the mic off.
Go home and fuck a model.
What did he say? That's fucking what?
Brutal?
Brutal?
Something like that, right?
Oh, he's a competitor, man.
He didn't like the call.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm thinking sensitivity training. An apology, I think, is necessary.
Why is that a big story? Of course people are dropping F-bombs.
It's just Deadspin posts everything.
Oh, okay.
It's not a big story.
Yeah, no one's really
Okay,
good.
all right.
Well, I think he should be banned from football.
I think so. What of the children? What of the children?
Sure.
We forgot to talk about Rob Ford imitating a drunk driver, too.
Oh, yeah. That's
They're playing it on CNN right now. And then here he is running around and grabs the lady to make sure she doesn't fall down. We'll report that accurately.
Boy.
Controversy surrounding him.
He's so animated.
Take a look.
Wow, from the outside, it seems like you are a man under tremendous burdens this week. How has it been? How has this week been for you?
It's all self-inflicted, you know. It's my fault. I made mistakes. You own up to it, you move on.
And so, in his very next breath, Rob Ford moves on.
I went down to City Hall, I've cleaned it up. These people just aren't happy. These counselors want me out. The media wants me out. I told the chief of police I want efficiencies, you know. Obviously, he wants me out. I'm not going anywhere.
The setting for this interview is more than a little surreal. This is the rec room of a suburban Toronto housing project, and it is filled with loyal and vocal members of Ford Nation. Things start relatively sedate, but when I ask why he decided to admit his crack use after months of denial, he gets so angry he forgets who's in the room.
I just had enough. I was sick and tired of all these allegations and all this excuse my words, and then that's all it is. Sorry, kids, I shouldn't have sworn in front of the kids, but I know what I'm doing is right. I'm serving the people. I'm saving taxpayers' money. And you know what? I made mistakes. I drank too much. I smoke some crack sometimes. What can I say? I made a mistake. I'm human.
How do we find ourselves in the middle of a Rob Ford rant in the middle of the project? Interesting story. And actually started on AC360 Friday night. After some give and take with the mayor's counselor brother Doug, we were about to say goodbye when he floated an offer.
And we look forward to having you by Toronto one day.
I'll take you up on that. And 18 hours later, I found myself unloading toys from Doug Ford's SUV outside the Queen's Plate housing projects in the heart of their ward. But as we wait for the mayor, Doug's unscripted style of public relation takes a turn when a longtime resident named Ken wanders over to complain about a threatened eviction and a run-in with the cops. And as the counselor politely tries to nudge him to the door, he says this.
I know a lot of friends that brought hash from you, actually.
Yeah, okay, well, that's good. That's good.
Let's smoke hash
because he has been fighting those allegations since May, when the Toronto Globe and Mail dug into the Ford family's checkered past and reported that Doug spent much of the 80s as a mid-level hashish dealer. First time I've heard the allegations that your youth was a little
boy.
No, I wasn't slinging any hash. I said it very clearly. 30 years ago, 31 years ago, I smoked marijuana. And
these Fords are great.
Marijuana.
In downtown Toronto, Mayor Rob Ford is the target of almost daily protests.
Worst
On the
mayor
council
ever.
floor of City Hall, he is a political pariah.
Have you purchased illegal drugs in the last 2 years?
Yes, I have. Nice pick up. That's the bottom line.
And that's the bottom line.
His brother invited us here to witness this love, a counterweight to the gauntlet of political foes downtown, doing all they can to strip away his power to lead. I'm interested in what happened this week about the vote. It was 41-2 to strip you of your emergency powers. Now, from the outside, that seems like you guys are political outcasts.
Okay, sure, because I'm not. You know how you want to make friends at City Hall? Just keep spending their money. Spend taxpayers' money. Let them go on their free trips. Let them have their free food. Let them do whatever they want. Do what you want with your money, not with taxpayers' money, then turn around and cry poor.
Do you have any political allies left? Did you ever have any?
No, we never had any in the beginning. We had the power of the people. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'll work day in and day out to knock these councillors off. I'm going to target their areas and work day in and day out to knock them off.
Really?
Oh, yeah, and I'm going to bring Ford Nation live, just all right across the city.
Ford Nation.
So you have other candidates that you are going to foster in these wards to try to repeat what you guys have done?
100%.
Really?
Yeah. We're going to hit them hard. Everything we got. We make Chicago politics look like a Tea Party. We do. It's vicious.
Bill, you show me one other major city. I've saved $1 billion that has turned it around like I have. Our roads are getting done now. It's clean. It's safe. The crime's down. Things are happening. We have more cranes this guy. We have more jobs. We created over 50,000 jobs in 1 year last year.
But take all of that, giving you all of that, couldn't you be even more effective if you were a little healthier in your lifestyle?
I'm trying to lose some weight. I'm working out.
It doesn't mean like that. See some addiction specialists, just to make sure.
I'm not an addict.
Bill Weir, CNN Toronto.
He is really belligerent.
Oh, wow.
It is a bit of a laugh or cry moment, I think you have to say. You don't really know what to
it's
make
a
of
laugh.
it.
A laugh.
The only
Just
good
laugh.
thing I think
All
for
laughs.
the city is that his term ends next year, and they've stripped him of all of his powers, basically.
It's going to be a long year, though. I mean, think about it. And the thing I do wonder is what changes will be made, if they can, or if they will implement any changes to way.
All right, and then it gets boring.
That's fucking great, man.
That's where we tap out. Then it gets boring.
God, he's great, Rob.
His quotes are fantastical.
Wonderful.
But they had to go to the worst place possible to find supporters.
Yeah, that's where they just go to the fucking slums.
That was a horrible place.
I shouldn't, use that language in front of the children. Curse in front of the children.
What will he do today?
Yes, it's a daily thing with him.
Who were saying this was kind of like Sheehan? Yeah, Travis.
Right.
Oh, Charlie Sheen,
Are you getting sick of this a little bit?
I can see myself in a couple of days being like, all right, winning.
I think this is way more real than Charlie Sheen.
Sure, yeah, it's a lot. It's very real, but
I mean, the
now
Charlie
it's like, oh, what are you
Sheen's
doing again?
Charlie Sheen's. It started out real, and then he kind of really played into it. This guy, I think, just can't help himself.
I don't know. I mean, telling city council that if you want my side of the story, you can tune into my new show.
Right. Yeah.
And
Charlie Sheen just, kind of actor gone nuts kind of a thing. This guy's, a politician. He's supposed to be running a city.
And you know what? From everything that I hear, he is. I mean, I don't hear anything about how bad he's doing, running the city.
That's true. They can't attack him on his record.
No.
So apparently he must be doing well, or they would have thrown that at him.
Where they can attack you on your crack use.
That's true. That is true. Your crack use. Your admitted crack use.
That's a rough one. We're getting ready to accept pot finally after all these years.
Yeah.
I think crack is a bit down the road still.
You think that's?
When you hear that word, you just instantly go, all right, this guy has a major problem.
Need a few years of weed before we even start looking at crack.
At least a few. Let's give it 10.
Casual crack use.
And then maybe we'll start accepting it.
Well, you got to accept it as medical crack use first.
Right.
For glaucoma.
For medicinal purposes.
Yeah.
I need this for my medicinal purposes.
It makes me feel better on the chemo.
Right.
If I just smoke a lot of crack.
It helps my glaucoma.
Yeah.
And my achy joints.
Yeah. I got fibromyalgia, so I got to smoke some crack.
How does that I've never seen medical marijuana. Does it come in a pill
I think it does come in like a pill bottle.
It does?
And
all rolled up and shit?
Buds in yeah, there's like doobies, little joints.
Really?
Medical marijuana. Yeah, like that.
Marijuana.
Yeah, like a bud. Some buds in there.
So do people go there one time, get the medical shit, and then replace it with the good shit, the really good shit? And how do you do that? Or are they using some kind of like wrapping paper?
At the dispensaries now, it's, fucking, you just go in there and it's like a showcase of weed, I guess.
Nice.
I don't know. I've never been. But from what I hear, it's pretty good. And good weed, I guess.
All right, well, that sucked. To hear the Opie and Anthony Show 5 days a week live on satellite radio, online on your phone or tablet, or even on demand, go to SiriusXM.com. Also, interact with the Opie and Anthony Show on Twitter, @Opie Radio, @Anthony Cumia, and @Jim Norton.